Hey everybody, today is Thursday, August 8th, and we're going to be looking at offers that are for $2 for every mile, and hopefully we find something really soon. You know, normally it takes us a while to find something, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Also, I got to go to the dentist again today. They have to fix something that came off of my tooth, one of my crowns. All right, let's get going. $8.25 for 10.5 miles to go to Giuseppe's Bar and Grill. I am not going to that smoky bar. $10.25 for 12.3 miles to shop at Walgreens. That ain't happening. And 20 cents, 3. Oh, we missed it. $1.63, 8.9 miles to shop at Albertsons. Nope. $1.42 for 8.9 miles to shop at Albertsons. No. $3.46 for 4.2 miles. Go to Starbucks. Nope. $1.42 to pick up something from Walmart. 6.7 miles. Nope. Doordash, $25.67 for 12 miles. Shop at Albertsons, then go shop at Vons, then drop off at 2 different customer locations. Well, why not? Let's do it. This one looks like it's going to be really good in terms of, you know, the goal of, you know, the amount of money I want to get. So I want to make my usual $50. So just this one job will get me to the 50% mark. So I'll be already halfway done. And so it's 6:47 a.m. right now. So that means hopefully by 8 a.m. this job will be done, and then that still gives me plenty of time to get the other half of the money I want to get for the day, since I normally work until what do I work until? Normally till about 11, so that gives me 3 hours to make that second part of the money, which is just another $25. So that sounds like it's going to be very high probability that I'm going to reach it. And if I don't, well, that just means that the day just dried up. I was brushing my teeth last night, just doing my normal routine, and my crown came off. And the only reason why I think it would have come off is because the dental work that they were doing yesterday, which they didn't do anything major. All they did was, you know, your basic cleaning, and then maybe just one other thing. But I think that the person that does the you know, those technicians that just do the final polishing of your teeth, you know, they kind of like shove the floss in there and they put on the fluoride, or they use that polishing tool. Sometimes they can be really aggressive when they're going in there. And I specifically remember the person who puts the crowns in. They always say, whenever you put the floss in your teeth, whenever you're flossing your teeth, don't pull up. Always push down, then make the floss go back and forth, and then just pull the floss out. Don't pull up. And so don't pull up and don't pull down when you're removing the floss from the tooth. Well, these dental technicians, and I don't know if they just don't want to do it, or if they're not trained that way, but the ones that I get, they seem to half the time do what is recommended for a crown, and half the time they don't. And I don't know if it's my job to tell them how to do their job. So yeah, maybe in the future I'm gonna have to start remind the technicians to be careful when they floss, because and to not pull up or down when they remove it. But you know, those people sometimes will throw you attitude when you tell them how to do their job. Like they think their first response is going to be, duh, of course I know not to do that. But yet they still do it. They still will do what they're not supposed to do, and cause the adhesive to the to the crown to become looser, because they're putting all that pressure on the crown to you know, upward or downward motion, and weakening the adhesion between the, you know, the remainder of the tooth and the crown. Oh man, so I'm gonna call them up at around about 9 a.m. and hopefully I'll be able to get in today just to have it re-glued. Didn't get a really good look at the drop-off locations for these 2 deliveries. I do know that the offers are, I mean, the drop-offs are not in spots that I would normally drop off at. So one of them's on the, I think one of them's on the other side of the freeway, on the other side of the 15 freeway. So I normally don't go over there that often. So I hope it's not going to be one of these real difficult drop-offs. I just was trying to make sure it was not going to be on the strip. I've had people at these, like at the Cosmopolitan and the MGM Grand. They actually will order groceries and want them delivered not to their hotel room, because, you know, you can't get up there because of security, but they'll have me like pull up at the MGM Grand, and they come running out and start grabbing groceries to take up to their room. It's really strange. Let's look at what we're shopping for. Cotton candy grapes, white nectarine, some berries, chicken breasts, rice, flour, some ice cream, mulberry pie ice cream. Never heard of that flavor. What is this? Watermelon licorice. Well, they're trying to be original. Payday chocolate bars, and it looks like they want a couple of packages of eggs, 2 18 count. Let's go in. right, this one's done. I'm checking out. Of course, they had to get ice cream, and now I've got to figure out how to keep that ice cream cold while I shop for the next order at Vaughn's. Okay, so next up is Vaughn's, 7 minutes from here, 3.1 miles. So in order to keep all that stuff cold, I mean the ice cream specifically, I first made sure that the ice cream stayed upright, because the last thing you want is the ice cream to start dripping out of the corners of the packaging. So I did that part. I made sure it was perfectly upright. And then I just, every single item that was cold, I packed those items all tightly together in one bag. And then the eggs, which were also cold, I put in a separate bag, but I put all those items together in one of my insulated bags. You know those green ones that say Uber Eats on them? I put those two bags together. And so that should be enough concentration of cold items to hopefully keep the ice cream stable. At the very least, when I drop off the ice cream, as long as I make sure it's upright, it should be fine. I don't understand why people order ice cream to have it delivered. It's such a high-risk item for spoilage. But, you know, I'm just doing the best I can to do it. And I'm not going to go, you know, I could go to the trouble of like every day packing all of these, you know, what are those things called? You know, those frozen things that are like ice, but they're not. They're ice packs, you know, but they're not really ice. It's some kind of chemical, and they keep stuff cool. I could do that every day, but what a headache, you know? And it's not required. If it was required, if DoorDash and Uber says you have to take pictures of your trays of ice packs to prove before you go on this shopping run, then I'd be forced to have to, create that list. But they don't, so I'm just going by whatever the rules are. Just like for pizzas, if you have to deliver pizzas for DoorDash, you're required to take a picture of the pizza bag if you're going to do that job. So that's how I kind of feel about this whole scenario. Why is the app telling me to go that direction? That is not even a sensible way to go. This app is too much. Well, all right, well, we got another 4 minutes till we get there. It always makes me go the craziest ways. It's like I know where this Vaughn's is at. I don't know why it's telling me to do all this zigging and zagging and making me go through this area with all this construction. I'm just gonna follow my instincts of how I know is the best way to get to this Vaughn's. Important tip if you're delivering 2 separate grocery orders, and this is very important. Never put 2 customers' groceries in the same location in your car. So if one customer is in the trunk, don't put that other customer's order in the trunk. No matter how small that order is, don't do it. It is so easy to mess up on the drop-off and grab the first customer and the second customer stuff and deliver it all together. And so one of the drop-offs is wrong for one of those orders. So never do that. I always put one in the back seat and one in the trunk. And then if I have 3 customers, I'll put one in the front, one in the back, and one in the trunk. My popular tsunami wave shirt. So if you want, you can find a link to it in the description of the video, and it's for sale on Amazon. So I noticed that more people are clicking on the links on my Amazon links, so I appreciate everybody doing that. And I've already made over $1 on the link. So I was like, wow, look at me, I'm gonna be rich. So thank you all so much for clicking. I appreciate it. All right, well, this one has 6 items to shop for. I'm gonna go over here, I guess. We're shopping for Skittles? Is that? No, that's not Skittles. What is that? Malto Meal Fruity Dino Bite Cereal. I've never seen that before. Philadelphia cream cheese. Oh, look, more ice cream. Rachel Ray Nutrish, dog food items, and then some pre-sliced bagels. It doesn't look too bad once again. Let's go. At the very end. All right, I got everything and now I'm checking out. That's done. Now the person with the Vons order is first. So the guy with that ice cream from Albertsons is still, or girl, whoever it is, that person is still not gonna get their ice cream yet. We have to drop off, 5-minute drive, 2.3 miles until we get to the drop off for the Vons order that I just got, and it's an apartment. Leave at the door. I have a gate code, a building number. Says there's a small fenced-in yard. Come in and leave delivery by the front door. Don't knock or ring the bell. Thank you, smiley face. Well, all right. Now we just got to fight the traffic, and they're doing construction in this parking lot, so there's a lot of cars coming out of this exit. I don't think anything strange happened in that shopping experience at Vons. No, I don't think anything unusual occurred. They were really aggressive at the Albertsons. You know, the stocking people, they were just like in your face because there were so many of them stocking the shelves. And, you know, they were getting too close to me when I was like doing my shopping. You know, even though they had plenty of space to go around, they were trying to walk the shortest amount of distance to get to whatever they were going to get to. Because, you know, they're on their feet all day and they're walking all day long. So they're doing everything they can to shorten any type of steps that they have to take in their 10-12 hour day that they have to work. I'm sure they work really long hours. And so that was irritating. But at the Vons that I just went to, everything was fine. I almost crashed into this one guy that was walking really fast, and I had to cut left, and he was coming at me like 45 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. But I was okay. I don't think he made too much of it, and neither did I. It was like, whatever. It's like, this is just what you gotta do to get stuff done. And yeah, I think that was about it. So I don't think we're gonna have a problem with this drop off. I have been to this apartment complex before, so at least I'm familiar with it, and I have the buildings mapped out on my Google Maps. So okay, so they didn't drop a pin on where their building is, so I might have to open up my Google Maps and try to find this building. Let's see, what building number is it? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, because the numbers don't correspond with the building number. Oh, there it is. I see it on my Google Maps. I'm hitting the directions. I'm telling it start now. Take me to this building.
Your destination is on the right.
And it's right here on the right, it says. Very nice. I'll take it. Make sure I don't hit this pole. Folks, well, that is delivered. It was an easy find thanks to my Google Maps. Always make sure you use your Google Maps to label apartment buildings. It saves so much time, it's not even funny. Because without that, without me labeling this building, it would have taken me twice as long, if not more than that, to find the building, because the apartment numbers do not correspond to the building number, so they don't give you any type of clue whether or not you're at the right building number or not. So yeah, that was definitely handy. And now we got a heck of a long way to go. 5 minutes, 2.4 miles. I gotta cross to the other side of the freeway, the 15 freeway. Let me see if it's a house. It's an address that normally there's not a house there, but maybe there is. Maybe on this particular street, on the other side of the freeway, it becomes more residential. It's a hand it to me, call or text, and I'll come out and grab it. So maybe they have like a gate. Maybe it's one of those horse properties, and I'm gonna have to stand there at the gate and hand it to them once they come out. I hope they hurry. Their ice cream is not getting any more solid. It's I don't know how long it's been in that cooler. I wonder how long stuff like that will stay cold in 91 degree heat. It's almost 7:45 a.m. So I think I said that this would probably take until about 8 o'clock. So it looks like I'm gonna be correct so far. I could be wrong because, you know, this one doesn't sound like a really simple, straightforward drop-off. Coming up on the 15 freeway here, and then I'm gonna just hop on over the freeway, and then the very next light after I come down over the overpass is I wanna make a right, and I'm gonna be going up, I think it's Dean Martin Drive. So hopefully the customer is just standing right there, and I can just be like, here you go. Yeah, it looks really rural. This looks about as rural as it gets, so the house is definitely going to be there. It's going to be a house, and there'll probably be a locked gate, more than likely.
Customer requested you handle the order. They added the following instructions. Hand it to me. Call or text, I'll come out and grab it.
Have a good one. Okay, so that worked out really good. It was just like I had hoped. The guy was actually just waiting there for the groceries to arrive. Uber Eats, $9.20 for 11.1 miles. Nope. That was about as good as it can get. So there were no problems, and now I'm at the 50% mark for getting my hitting my goal of the $50. And I know that's not a lot of money. But you know, you have to understand that when I do this job, it's not about making a lot of money. So I'm sure I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching the videos are watching it just to see Vegas. You're like, I like to see Vegas and I like to see the different shopping experiences, and that's all that matters. Uber Eats, $6 and a penny for 10 miles. Yeah, most other drivers, their biggest selling point to watch their videos is to watch them make a lot of money working really long hours. And this ain't that channel. This is not what's going to be happening. I guarantee you, you're never going to see an episode where I'm working long hours, and once in a while I make over $100. Once in a while, and that's about it. Now, if I wasn't recording video, I would be making over $100, because I have to take into account the time it takes me every day to edit my videos. So that takes me a couple hours to do. And then also recording the videos slows me down, because, you know, I have to make sure I catch everything. And so I'm not able to, you know, multi-app as efficiently as I normally would if I wasn't recording. So it does cost me a significant amount of money doing the videos, but I mean, it's not significant in terms of like life or death for, you know, for myself personally. But, you know, I would like to be making more money making these videos. But I have, like I've said in the past, I'm gonna do these videos probably until the early new year. So probably until just before the spring of the new year. And if it's not making enough money to compensate for the kind of money I was making before I started doing videos, I think I'll still do videos, but not as often. It won't be every day. It'll probably be once a week or once every other week. And it'll just be like, you know, there'll just be one particular day. I'll be like, hey, so for the day, I'm going to just be shooting the video. And I'll probably just tell you guys what happened during that week, if, you know, whatever I can recall. And so, yeah, that's about all I can think to do to resolve the problem that could occur if it turns out that the investment that I put into making the videos doesn't turn out to be as fruitful as I hoped it would be. Today is going to be the last day that I can drive people around. My vehicle inspection expires today. So that means that because my car hasn't been inspected within, you know, the last 365 days, I can't pick up any people. I can only do deliveries, which is fine. And I don't really plan on renewing the license or permit with the vehicle inspection. Probably not until I get into the spring of the new year, because once again, if I'm not going to be doing videos as often, that means that I can go back to you know, taking people to the office in the morning, like I used to do, because I used to do a mix. I used to pick up people and take them to work or wherever, to the airport early in the morning, and then I would do the deliveries after that, or in between if it was slow during the deliveries. But because of the camera setup I have in here, it doesn't really make sense to have strangers get into my car and see all this equipment and weird stuff, and it would make them feel like I am purposely trying to film them, no matter how hard I would try to, you know, conceal it so it doesn't look so blatant. I think it would bother some customers that I would give rides to, and I'd probably get low ratings, or they would probably contact Uber or Lyft and be like, this guy's purposely trying to record me while I'm driving, not just for security, but to make money off of videos or whatever. So I don't want to deal with that stress. So that's why I haven't been doing that part of driving people around. But yeah, so I'll just hold off on the permit for now and just see what happens. I think probably sometime in January is when I will renew everything. If it starts to look like the YouTube thing isn't going that great. Right now it's going okay, you know, because it hasn't been that long. I've only been doing the videos now, I think, for a little over 4 months. Bought some of those ant bait traps. I think they're called Toro liquid ant bait traps. I'll put a link to that product in the description, and apparently they work really well at destroying ant nests. I have a problem with ants that are inside of the walls of the house, and so they make an appearance and then they vanish. And then I've walked around the perimeter of the house and there are no ant trails outside of the house, so that tells me that they're inside the wall. They have to be. There's no other place for them to be coming from. So I'm going right now. I haven't opened up the package yet to use them. I'm gonna wait until I see a trail of ants inside of the house materialize. Then I'm gonna set one of those liquid ant traps on the trail and just leave it, and you know, clean up and probably in other areas, but leave that trail alone, so they can take that poison back to the queen, and then that'll kill off the nest. So that is the plan with that product, and I'll let you know when I finally use it and if it actually finally does its job. But according to all the people on Amazon and the reviews, they give it high ratings. It's the best seller, and they say that it works. So I figure maybe somebody else that watches my videos is having an ant problem, and they'll try out that product too. And if they use it sooner than I use it, they can let me know if it worked for them. Got something from Doordash, and I'm almost there already. It's a order from Doordash, $10.50, 4.6 miles, shopping at Walgreens for just 4 items. Let's go in and, well, actually I gotta show you the shopping list. Okay, so we're shopping for 2 cases of water, some Hall's Relief cough drops, laundry detergent, and some baby oil. Pretty easy, but of course the cases of water are going to be heavy, so hopefully we're not going to go to some 3rd floor apartment door.
Told me that you wanted to the overpass, the one over on Briley Avenue. Can't believe the words I said. How are we gonna pay for it? Instead of how could I replace you? Dropped you off at the hospital, pushed you away when I should have pulled you in and let you know that I'll never let you go. So everything is melting down, all the sirens and the lights and sound, when you're feeling like there's no...
We're all loaded up and ready to deliver. 7 minutes, 2.2 miles. Leave at my door. Please do not knock. Just kindly leave it in the front door. Thank you. All right, here we go. Well, so far the day is going really good. We're getting orders non-stop. I did have a little bit of a break getting offers once I dropped off that grocery order in that rural part of town. I had to make my way back to my area, and I didn't get anything good until I was pretty close to getting back to home when this Walgreens offer came in. But at least I didn't have to get out of the car and start my day over. You know, well, not start my day over, but you know what I mean, reset, where I'm back in the house just waiting for stuff. Boy, the traffic just timed the worst possible. This lady came to make her left turn, and there was no cars coming to the left. And the moment she made her turn, all these cars came. That is just the way it always is, every single day. It's like the synchronization of the lights is never good. They're always off kilter and wacky. Whew. Well, at least now I'm rolling now. And the traffic really is not that bad. It's just like, you know, when traffic's light, you would think the lights would be timed perfect for anything you wanted to do, you could just do it. But as always, it just takes one car to come out of a store, or not be controlled by the signal lights, and then it throws everything a little bit off, and you gotta wait. I saw Treasury rates are back up. I saw specifically the 10-year was back over 4%, so that's good news. I hope it's giving more people opportunities to lock in some of these great rates before they vanish. People get so spoiled, they think whatever they see is always gonna last. Like, I had this one person who wanted to wait on purchasing a house because they thought that once the pandemic is over, they would get a great deal on a house. And unfortunately, that did not happen. The prices have only continued to go up. And of course, when interest rates were super low during the pandemic, and they were really low, they were like 2%, 3% interest rate, nobody was taking out any loans. They were all just hunkered down. Nobody was moving, and everybody missed out on that opportunity. And now look at the interest rates. You got to pay 6-7% for a mortgage right now, which is so crazy. And then, of course, not to top it off, the cost of the houses are astronomically high. So the amount of money you're going to have to take out on a loan to get that house is crazy. So and then also just to add pain, just to add a little bit more pain on top of that, the cost for insurance has gone up astronomically as well. So there is just no winning for people that are interested in buying a house right now. It is just all bad. The only people that are really are sort of okay are people that actually own their homes outright and just want to go to another place to live. The only negative for them is that they'll have to pay more in property taxes, more than likely, because now they're going to go and buy another house and start at a much higher cost basis than what they originally bought their first house for. But a lot of people that usually are the people that sell houses and own their houses outright are looking to downsize. So they probably are going to end up getting a house much cheaper, and probably somewhere that's in another state where the houses are super cheap, and they just want a house that's not as big because they don't have the kids around the house anymore. I can't believe the people at the Starbucks that were all upset about Bitcoin plummeting in value, and how they were really worried because they thought that if there was ever the chance of a recession, that their investment would be protected. Where am I going? Uh-oh, this navigation is so wrong. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I'll be back. So the navigation thinks the house was on that main boulevard that I was at, but it's not. It's somewhere in here. But I'm just gonna follow where the pin drop is, because the street that's labeled on this on these signs is not the street where this house is. So oh good, yes, it's the right place. Whew, I was like, oh my God, is the navigation going bonkers? It's done that to me before. All right, I just gotta look for the house. It's gonna be over here somewhere on the left. There it is. I see you. I got your number house. Really easy. The curb to the door was really a short distance, and the only thing that made that hard was that the navigation wasn't telling me the right way to go, and I was thinking that it was going to be a bad GPS drop spot, and because that's happened to me before, where the GPS went wacky. And it had me drive to the right street, but on the wrong side of town. So it was completely off by several miles of where I was supposed to be. and it said, you know, leave it at the door. And I'm like, well, the door's not here. And then I tried to contact the person and they never would respond. And when I tried to use Google Maps to find it, no matter how hard I tried, it would not show me the correct drop spot. So that was a total disaster. I don't want to repeat that one. Yeah, I don't know exactly what was going on. I don't know if that had to do with the internet or had to do with the geo satellite, you know, the satellites that tell you where things are. I don't know. All I know is that was a disaster, and I hope that never happens again. Okay, well, we're back to waiting for stuff, and I'm gonna head back towards home. A high earner, and you pay a lot in taxes. Don't get CDs. That's not really where it's at for people who are high earners and have to, you know, have to pay a lot in taxes every year, because a lot of the money that you're gonna make off of the CDs has to be taxed. So you're actually not making very much money at all. The strategy for CDs really only works for people who don't have to pay a significant amount of taxes. They're in a low tax bracket. Like usually they're in a tax bracket somewhere like, you know, 15% or lower. Uber Eats, $8.02, 9.1 miles, no. So you don't really want to even bother with, I mean, you could do it. You could get CDs if you get them through a brokerage account. That's the same offer that just came in. You could get them through a brokerage account and in a 401k or an IRA or something like that. $5.40, 8.6 miles, no. But because if you can defer paying the taxes on it, so like when you're retired, and let's say you're not going to be making a lot of money, like you're not going to be collecting your Social Security till much later, so you're just going to be living off your IRA and not working. Well, that would work out good because the taxes are going to be deferred on the profits that have been accrued in the IRA over the many years that you've had that IRA. And then when you finally go to take it out, you won't get charged on the you'll get charged on the taxes on that money as regular income. But since you're not really working, the amount of taxes you're going to get is going to be in a low tax bracket, because the amount of money you're making now is significantly less than when you had that big high paying job when you were working before. The other thing that some people do is they put at least the minimum amount into their Roth IRA. And with the Roth IRA, you don't pay any taxes on the money when you pull it out. And there's a limit to what you can put in every year. So if you're looking to dabble in investing and you qualify to put money into a Roth IRA, and you don't need the money right away, like not until you're retired, which would be 59 and a half, I think is the official age when you can draw on your retirement accounts. $5.01 for 5.2 miles, no. Then you're good. Then that would be a good strategy, because you could put extra money aside every month into your Roth IRA, and then when you reach 59 and a half, you can take it all out, every bit of it, including the profits, and you get no tax, zero. Boy, that is the best. I don't even know how they came up with these Roth IRAs, but they are the best. The time is currently 8:32 a.m. and I think I have less than $15 to make before my day's over. So why is this car moving? Come on, guy, the light's green. So I don't think I'm gonna be out here too long. I think I might even be done by the latest. I think I might be out here is 9:30, I think. You just never know with this job, because at any point in time the offers could just be gone. I mean, nothing could be coming in, or they're just terrible and they're not even worth taking. So you never know when you're gonna finish until you get that last offer. He left a comment on YouTube, and they wanted me to discuss it. So it says, I went to a taco shop to get second customer's order. The workers refused to start this Uber Eats customer's order as they serve new walk-in people. I explained my customer was a real person also, and this is wrong. They wouldn't make it until they helped everyone else. My first customer's food was already cold in my car. Please do video about this anomaly. So the problem with the restaurants is that when a customer orders food through one of the apps like Doordash or Uber Eats, they know that that order is pretty much a locked deal. It's very rare that a customer will make any attempt to cancel the order. So they know they got that money in hand already. So now they're not the priority. Meanwhile, they got these people in the restaurant who could very easily walk away from and leave the restaurant, or tell them that they can't wait anymore and they want their money back. So these restaurants, they're always trying to figure out what makes the most sense for them to make sure that at the end of the day they got the money. So unfortunately, DoorDash and Uber Eats orders are not their high priority for the most part for most of these places, because that's their mentality, that's how they think. And that has to do with management. There are some places. Oh, someone's coming in. It is $22.50 for 18.7 miles to shop at Staples and then to shop at Walgreens. That is way too many miles. That's a no. Hitting decline and decline. So yeah, it really just depends on the management at whatever place you go to. I know that if you go to McDonald's, they actually have two separate teams of people working on the drive-through and working on the front counter, and also the window for the DoorDash and Uber Eats delivery drivers. They're like a separate thing. So they got their thing much more worked out as far as how to deal with that type of situation. But a lot of the other places, they're smaller chains, so they don't really care, or the management doesn't really care. So when you're in that situation, you have to just cancel the other order. And if it's taking a long time, if you want, you could try contacting support. And I've heard that some people will actually get compensation for the wait time that they waited on that order that they didn't get, and then Uber or DoorDash, they'll cancel that order and let you proceed on. I think for DoorDash though, DoorDash usually just says you can cancel the order without penalty and they'll let you move on. And I've heard that Uber Eats, there's a possibility, I've never done it, but I heard there's a possibility that you can get money from Uber Eats for waiting over like 15 minutes or something like that. I don't know if it's true or not. That's just what I've heard. So anyway, so that's my response to that comment. And let me know if you have any other questions in the comments. Like I was afraid of, I was at home for an extremely long amount of time. I think I was at home for an hour and a half. At least an hour, but I want to say an hour and a half I was at home, just waiting for offers to come in, and all the offers were terrible. This one finally came in, and we're getting, and it's from Uber Eats, $20.03 to go to Sprouts shopping for 6 items and driving 5.2 miles. So not bad at all. And I just couldn't believe how it just completely dried up, and I didn't get anything. But I just sort of made the most of the time. I answered that one person's question, and then I got on the phone with my dentist office, and I'll be seeing the dentist today at noon. So this is going to be my last delivery, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my crown taken care of. All right, well, we're going to be shopping for Dave's Killer Bread, Boar's Head Classic Chicken Breast. Let me make this turn here so I don't crash. Sliced Top Round London Broil, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. So it looks like most of the time I'm going to spend at the deli counter just ordering all those sliced meats that they want. So let's get on over there. To get really cloudy. It looks like it's gonna rain. I'm glad this is my last one. 10-minute drive. 4.2 miles, a house, leave it on the bench, thank you. Okay, let's go. You can see that how many clouds have suddenly materialized. It's kind of crazy. I didn't see anything in the forecast for rain today, but it does look like it's gonna rain. I hope it doesn't rain when I'm wherever the heck I'm going to, and because it's gonna be a long drive to get back. And yeah, inside of the Sprouts, I just did the shopping, and the very first item I needed was this Dave's Killer Bread bagel that they didn't have. And then I tried to get the bakery, you know, the Sprouts Bakery Fresh version of the bagels that they wanted. It was like these everything bagels, and when I tried to scan it, it didn't show up in their system. So I was not going to spend that time manually inputting what it was and taking a picture and all this other business. So I looked for another brand of bagels that were everything bagels, and they had this I think it was called Western something or other, and that was the only thing I could find that was similar. They did have like refrigerated bagels, but I'm like, those probably are very pricey, and maybe they don't want refrigerated bagels, because, you know, if they're getting non-refrigerated bagels to begin with, I don't think I want to go out on a limb and get them another kind of bagel that is refrigerated. So I messaged them as well, and I never heard back from them I never heard back from the customer about whether or not the substitute was okay to get. But I messaged them and said that I'm going to go ahead and get it, because I saw that when I went to the next menu, the option was there to get the substitute. And usually a customer that doesn't want any substitutes, it won't give you that option. It'll just say issue refund or something like that. So I just went ahead and I got it. And then at the deli counter, the guy who cut my meat, he forgot to put a label on the sliced chicken, the boar's head sliced chicken. So I walked away and I was like kind of confused. I was like, there's no label on this. There's no way the cashier's gonna scan it, and I can't scan it into my phone. So I went back over there and tried to get his attention, and thank goodness he hadn't thrown the label away, because it was still on the label machine. And yeah, so then it all worked out, and I was able to get the label on there. So I think that was it. Everything else was a-okay, and I checked out, and yeah. So 6 more minutes, 2.6 miles. So far, this day has been really an easy day. I mean, I really lucked out with that first order this morning, taking care of almost over half of the money that I needed to make for the day. So even though all the work dried up during the middle part of the day, it didn't matter once this one came in, because this polished it off, and it was just like, wow, I think I only did what, three offers that came in that I accepted, and the lowest one was $10 if I'm not mistaken. So I can't even believe this is a very rare situation. This almost never happens. I don't get bad news about my crown. The last time I went in, this guy kind of scared me. He's like, your crowns keep falling out, we noticed. And I'm like, yeah, they don't want to stay in. And he says, wow, he's like, well, you don't have to worry about your crowns falling out, because what we can do is we can always shave down your gum line, and that way the crowns will have more tooth available to us to stick the crown onto, and then they won't come out anymore. And just the thought that they're going to shave my gum line down, that sounds like a horror. It sounds like from a horror movie. Looks like they're all the way to the top of this hill on the left-hand side. Wow, look, they're building a new house over here on the left. Wow, oh, they're doing a whole addition. They probably got an elderly relative they want to have come live with them up here. Yeah, because most of these people are senior citizens, so I'm sure they have brothers and sisters that want to come live with them, and so they're going to just add on to their single story and have them come live with them. It's coming up. Drop off. This one, yep. I shut everything off, and now I'm just headed back home, and it's only 10:30 a.m. so I finished about 30 minutes sooner than I would normally finish for my shift, so it's awesome. And yeah, of course now I've got about a 15-minute drive to get back home, but that's just a part of the job, so it's like, okay. And all in all, it was a decent day. I would rate it probably about an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 for doing delivery work. So not too bad at all. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching my video once again. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also check out the links in the description if you want to look at anything that you see in the video today in regards to, like you know, like my car seat covers, or all those ant things that I mentioned earlier, my delivery bag, all just little incidental things that I use in the car that relate to delivery driving. Oh yeah, and my shirt that I wore today, I put that in the description. So that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.